Hi everyone, I am Asrar Ahmad Khan, Production Engineer in Rishi FIBC, Mysore. In today's video, I am going to explain you guys about Lean Manufacturing Implementation Techniques. Before getting into video, I request you guys to please subscribe to my channel Vision Tutorial/Khan. Before getting into it, I want to give a glimpse about history of Lean production system. Here we can see there are four phases in which the manufacturing industry has been revolutionized over the period of time. In the late 18th century, in European industry, the craft production system was introduced. And after a period of time, in the early 90s, in USA, the mass production system was introduced in order to cater the need of the increasing demand of the customer towards the production as well as the quality required to manufacture similar components in a large number, because of which the mass production system was introduced in early 90s. In the mid-90s, in Japan, a Toyota production system was also called as TPS system was introduced in order to provide or to produce the components with good quality and having a good profit margin on it. Over the period of time, even this TPF system was revolutionized in the form of a lean management system, which was introduced in 1991 by James P. Womack, Daniel T. Johnson and Daniel Rose. Here we will be understanding why we need lean, what we mean to say about a lean production system. See, the main objective of any industry is to optimize the cost. The cost of the product, or in other terms, the amount spent on to produce the product can be reduced. By reducing that, then the good profit margin can be kept on it, so that the end price of the product can be reduced. In a better term of explanation, you can give an example about the equation. As we all know, the price of the product is equal to cost price plus profit. In today's perspective, we can understand the profit can be increased by keeping the price same. The price of the product remains same, but the cost to manufacture the product can be reduced, so that a good profit can be increased by keeping the price value same. In a pictorial representation can be very well can be understood. Here we can see that the price of the product remains constant, where the red color indicates the cost price or the amount spent to produce the product, and the green color represent the profit margin, which is kept on the cost price, which in turn summed up together to form a price of the product. In the new perspective, what we see here is that the price of the product remains same, but we have decreased the amount spent to produce the product, such that the profit margin is increased. This is the main reason why we need to implement lean production system in all industries. Here we can get to know what is lean production system. In the definition way, lean production system is the revolutionization of Toyota production system, or TPS. By definition, it is to produce the product with less time, which means since as the time required to produce the product is increased, then the amount spent to produce the product, the amount spent on man, machine, material will be increased, which in turn increases the cost price of the product. And thus, in order to reduce the cost price, we need to manufacture the product in less duration of time. Coming to the next point is to manufacture with less space. It is very important to utilize the floor space of the industry in a very efficient way. This can be obtained by having a systematic arrangement of all the workstations. By doing so, the amount spent on the rent of the industry, or to incalculate more machinery can be reduced, which in turn can be helpful in optimization of the cost of the product. Coming to less human effort, which other term in the Japanese term which is called as muda. This can be reduced by evenly work distribution among among the workers with respect to their skill set. By doing so, our teamwork can be inculcated among the people, which is very important essential ingredient for the implementation of lean manufacturing techniques. Coming to the fourth point is about less machinery. This can be done by incalculating multi-processing machinery can be incalculated so that less floor space can be utilized, and also eventually we can reduce the number of machines and the amount spent on more number of machines can be reduced, which in turn the cost price of the product can be optimized. By producing the products with less rework, less rejection, we can eventually lead to that of less utilization of materials. Thus, summing up all these points, to a lean manufacturing technique means to produce a product with less time, less space, less human effort, less machinery, less material, while giving customers what they want. By doing so, the customer or the manufacturing industry can have a good profit margin on the product. By doing so, with organization perspective, the suppliers get more price because the organization is having a good profit margin on the product. By doing so, the shareholders which are affiliated to the organization gets more profit, and the workers working in organization will also get more salary. Coming to the customer's perspective, customers can have the product with less price, and the industry firm can also provide discount on the product. Since the cost is less, the profit margin is also less, and by doing so the industry can provide a good discount on each and every product, which is beneficial to the customer. Coming to the customer's perspective, also we have on-time delivery. Since we are manufacturing less time and since less material is used, better quality of the product is obtained. Since less machinery, less floor space is utilized, and hence low production cost. Coming to the better understanding, we can take an example of a human body. In a human body, the muscles is beneficial to the human being, since it is a plus point for all the activities to be done. The person who has more muscles can do more work, and the person who has more belly fat is hindrance to the human being activities. So the muscle is a plus point, and the fat or the belly fat, to be precise, is a negative thing for human activities. In the similar way, industry also have certain muscles and certain belly fats. So for an industry, all the activities of the industry can be sorted out into the value added activities and non-value added activities. In the pictorial way can be seen as shown here. What are non-value activities? Activities such as transportation of the product from one workstation to another workstation. The man, machine, material spent on transportation is a waste. It doesn't add any profit to the industry. Second is inventory, storing the finished goods in a industry or in a particular place. The amount spent on rent, on maintenance, on man, machine is a waste. Third thing is motion waiting. Since if the processing at a particular workstation is over processed or the product is over processed, the succeeding workstation will be stock out. This is a motion waiting. And also the amount of money spent on the workers who are not doing any work, which are waiting for the product to be sent to their workstation, is a waste. Overproduction, producing a component more than what is required, is also waste. Over processing and defect, these all activities are non-value added activities. Value added activities is something which can provide money to the customer or money to the production industry. For example, take a gear manufacturing industry where the tooth grinding, gear cutting are value added activities. where for each and every process a value is added to it. The price of the product increases since it moves from one workstation to another workstation, and the amount of time spent or the money spent for transportation of the product from one workstation to another workstation is a loss. It is a non-value added activity. Coming to the principles of lean production system, there are majorly four main principles of lean production system. That is teamwork. Teamwork, as explained earlier, it can be inculcated by evenly work distribution to the people based on their skill set. And this is the main ingredient for the lean production system, where with the help of brainstorming we can identify, analyze, evaluate and eliminate the waste which is found in the industry. Better communication method, where it is very important to communicate efficiently and smoothly between each and every workstation or between each and every unit, so that as product moves from the production unit to inspection unit to packing unit, at each and every workstation the communication should be effective and to facilitate the smooth flow of the product. This is also the main ingredient for the inculcation of lean production system. The third important method is efficient use of resources and elimination of waste. Efficient use of resources is and it can be obtained by elimination of waste, such as waste of rejection, waste of rework and waste of over processing, over production. This can be reduced, and by doing so the resources which is available in the industry can be used efficiently. The fourth important principle of lean production system is continuous improvement, that can be obtained by inculcating Kaizen, that is change for good. This can be inculcated by providing the valuable inputs to each and every worker in the industry and having a mindset to continuously improvement and continuously progress. So these are the major four important principles of lean production system for the successful implementation of lean production system. Coming to 5 components of lean thinking. These are the 5 major components of lean thinking. First one is define value. As earlier explained, all the activities which is taking place on a product should be valuable. That means it should add value to the product. Second one is map value stream. That as a product moves from one workstation to nth workstation, at each and every workstation the value has to be added. By doing so, the product price should be increasing. So this has to be done in order to check whether waste is there or not. This can be done by value stream mapping. Third one is create a flow. As the product is introduced in the industry, it should move in a particular sequence or in a particular flow from start to end, without any stoppage, without any inventory or without any stocking or rejection. Fourth one is establishing pull system. By doing so, by establishing pull system, we are producing the product so that all the product which has been produced is consumed by the customer, and the overproduction and overprocessing is been eliminated. Fifth one is pursued perfection. All the products manufactured in the industry should be perfect. By doing so, the rework, rejection can be eliminated. So these are the 5 main components of lean thinking. That is, all the activities should define a value. At each and every workstation, value should be added to the product. Third one, this should create a flow. There should not be inventory, there should not be storage. As the product enters into industry and gets out of the industry, it should be in a flow. Fourth one, it should establish all the products manufactured in industry should be consumed by the customer. Fifth one is pursuit perfection. There should be no rework and no rejection. Coming to what are the 7 forms of waste. These are the general forms of waste which is formed in any of the industries. First one is correction, that is the time money spent on repair or rework is a waste. Second one is motion, and I explained earlier that the money spent on the motion of the movement of the product from one workstation to another workstation, that is waste. Third one, overproduction, producing the components or the products more in number than what is required by the customer. Fourth one is conveyance, as the money spent on for conveyance. Fifth one is the money spent on inventory or the storage of the product. Sixth one is processing, as earlier explained, and waiting. Here we can see the pictorial representation of the different forms of waste. The overproduction, to produce sooner, faster, or greater in quantities than required to the customer. Raw materials, work in progress, or finished goods which is not having value added to it. Waiting, where people or parts that wait for a work cycle to be completed. Motion, unnecessary movement of the product from one workstation to another workstation, where even it can be occurred where when the machineries are not systematically arranged. If it is not arranged, then the product moves here and there, where there will be a lot of unnecessary movement, and the money spent on that will be waste. Unnecessary movement of people or parts between process, this can add muda and muri. It will increase the stress and can make the people bored at the workstation. Rework and rejections, over processing. So these are the major 7 important or the commonly seen waste. And 8th one is the not waste is not utilizing the potential of the people. That is also kind of the waste. These all are called muda. It's Japanese term used for waste. In the next video, I will be explaining you guys about the building blocks of lean production system, which includes Kanban, cellular flow, TPM, 5 ways of system. Value stream mapping will be explained in the part 2 video. Also, along with that, OE calculation and the single minute exchange of die will be explained in the next video. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel Vision Tutorials / Khan. Thank you.